You know what I mean?
Hmm. Does anybody? I got you. Does anybody agree with Tay that getting married or being in a relationship is it doesn't have to be the goal or it's not the goal?
I agree with her on that. And I say that because just just letting that be the goal can be dangerous because you'll take any old thing just to hit that goal. And so I'll say the goal is to have a healthy, productive, viable relationship, or marriage, whatever it is. But it's not to have a man at any cost. I just want to put that caveat out there because that's not the goal. Just to have a man, because a lot of women got married and then subsequently divorced because they thought the goal was just to get a man, not what type of man should you be getting or be attracting or staying with.
So you're saying the goal is to get to be in a productive relationship and or
Healthy,
marriage,
yeah,
or
very
healthy.
healthy, all that healthy,
So
productive, build and all that. Mm-hmm.
so the goal is to be married, but you just clarified what it needs to look like.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Isha, I see you shook your head first, and then as she continued to go, you nodded your head. So did you get the clarification you needed?
I definitely did.
Okay. And so is single. So where is single categorized? Anybody? How do we view single?
It's where you at, y'all.
I feel
It's
like it's
where
like
you at.
what's wrong with you? Those are the questions I get.
I
What's
feel like
Hmm.
wrong with you?
I feel like
Nothing wrong with me.
it's a stage like anything else. It's just
Yeah,
something. It's something in between that goal. Like it's a stage.
exactly.
Like you're
That's
single.
just and that's how I feel. Like that's just where I am.
Hmm.
But I'm also open to connections and things. But in life, that's just where I'm vibing, and I'm
I was,
cool
I
with
was,
that.
I
I
don't
was gonna say,
believe
is that like
nobody
it?
they want to be single for the rest of their life. I don't believe
Being
nobody.
single is not a flex.
Well, I didn't
I,
say I wanted to do it for the rest of my life, though.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, is that
I'm
like
just
you're
enjoying
exploring?
it right now.
Right. I feel
Isn't
you
that
as you should.
isn't being single your exploratory season? You're supposed to just date around, date whoever until you're preparing yourself for marriage. If marriage is your goal, because it's not
I wouldn't
everybody's
advise
goal.
that.
Right. But
But
at this
but
moment, I'm
not
dating
everybody wants
myself.
to be married. To be honest, not everybody wants to be married. They just want to date. There's some people that are like that. Not
Yeah.
everybody. That's their goal. They might feel like I just want a lifelong partner, but I don't want the marriage, like the actual paperwork and all. They Some people don't want that. They just like being
That's what I'm
able
looking
to
The
for.
goal,
explore.
the goal is still the relationship. I feel like women in general tend to ignore that. They tend to try to feel like, hey, that's not the goal. I'm on this journey and that journey, but the journey that you're speaking about, working on yourself and who you are and things like that, a lot of times is to be looked at differently by somebody else. So you're technically still prepping for that one day that you do meet somebody that is of your standard, that is good to you, and you can hope to be in his caliber for him to be like, okay, like, yeah, maybe this is somebody that I want to be with. Like I feel like everything up to then is a prepping stage, not something that people necessarily like to mention or like to acknowledge. But when you realize, or like, I'm hurt, I got to heal from my past relationships or whatever kind of trauma you've been through, it's all to prep for something.
So I want to disagree there. I also
Mm.
want to disagree with that dating around thing. I don't see that being super fruitful. And when you're talking about stage, it can't be a perpetual thing where you just single and single and single. Stages mean you work for it, right? I don't know if you ever played Contra. I know some of y'all old. So you get through the stage and then you go to the next stage. The stages don't just like these new games where it's just open world like Grand Theft Auto. No, we playing old games like boom, stage one, stage two, like Mortal Kombat or Mario Brothers, right? So I just fear that we're using these words and then people can agree. But I think in practice, I don't know how well it turns out.
You think
So,
being single is a
but you
stage?
do have a single stage where you're working on you, that's self love, and you're working on you, and then you have a stage where you say, you know what, I'm open to dating. I'm going to explore. It may be okay. I want to date. I just want to date around. I want to kind of open myself up to see what's out there. But you have the intention to be with someone. That
What
is what.
stage? What age? Because it would have to align with something, right? So
Mhm.
what stage?
But
What
why?
age? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was. Why? Why can't it be something? Why does it always have to be someone? Like why? You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to prep yourself? Because I'm not prepping myself for anyone. I'm not a Thanksgiving turkey, but I'm learning to be the best version of me for me, and I believe I'll run into whatever is meant for me, love in its purest form, in whatever form I receive it in. And that's how I'm looking at it. So I had to disagree with that point in particular, but like everything else, I'm flowing with, but like I just don't get why can't it be for like a certain purpose or like a certain calling? Like, why does it have to be for a person? I think society puts it on us like, oh, I'm going to groom you. Oh, think about being married all your life. Oh, think about the dress. Why can't I just grow up to do something, not be with someone? Like, I don't like that.
Sis, I think I asked this before, but I'll ask it again. To Tay's point, you can agree or disagree. I just want a clarifying question. What's more important, the portrait or the plaque on the wall? Because it could be a go. You and Ro in trouble with me. Y'all stay on after class is done. I'll tell you that now. Sorry, Asia. I'm trying to be calm, but this dead air shit they doing to me is crazy, bro.
I mean, I think they're both important. If it's important to you, then have both. You know, I don't think being single is an issue. I don't think it's an issue. I think you're single until you meet somebody. I don't know what this conversation is about. Women or men being single. Everybody's single until they found somebody. I think that's how life happens, right?
I think, sis, do you think things happen with intention though, or you think they just happen haphazardly?
Like what kind of things?
Relationships, degrees, children.
Well, mine happened. Children, mine didn't happen. Mine was haphazardly. Drinking tequila, do you have children?
Shit like that.
So
I knew you were gonna say that as soon as I said kids.
and then some of the guys I dated, I mean, they just liked me. It wasn't much thought. It's just sometimes just things just happen. Yes,
Okay.
degrees, you gotta work for it. You gotta do the paper, you can turn in your papers, do stuff like that to earn them, pay them money. It's just it's like.
So you don't think you got to do the work for everything, like whether it's relationship or the degree? You don't think it requires work?
I mean, when you're in the relationship, yeah, you work to keep it or you get rid of it. I mean, that's how life works. But what I'm saying is, I don't think being single is an issue. Like when you don't grow up as the ugly duckling and you always got to do your dating throughout life, like, and then you get to a certain age and now you're just not dating anybody. That could be some people, So I mean, I just don't think it's a huge issue
So
being single.